hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on? It's Chancellor Tom come to y'all with another video. As y'all can see from my background, y'all, I relocated to South Central. And you know, I'm selling it, like Drew says. Barbie's next door. She teaching me the tricks of the trade, and you know, I'm just gonna thug it out and to pursue my dreams. I'm like, don't let me stop, because some of y'all love to run with lies. Okay, I'm still in state. I just went out of town because I did book a gig. Thankfully, okay, so that's why I'm not home. I done told y'all this on the video, on one of my latest videos. So I'm gonna be out of town for a little bit, for a few days, you guys. So just to give y'all a little heads up, why that's why my background looks like this, and also that's why the camera looked like that. I didn't bring my filming camera that I usually bring to do videos. So just a heads up as to why it looks the way that it does. Okay. Ooh, some of y'all gonna be like, oh my God, you did. Anyways, y'all, let's talk Hollywood Hot Topics. Y'all, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hype up the video. Let me know what y'all think down below. Solange, get your son. I thought this was, you know what's so crazy now? When it comes to the world and AI, I now think that everything is AI until I get a secondary proof of something being true. I thought that this video was AI until we seen the video of him, Julez, kissing Tommie Lee. Now, Tommie Lee was seen out and about with Julez in the streets, and they were also even caught giving each other a good peck, which Tommie, you could hear her in the video giving a good moan as she then pecks Solange's son. I don't know what Tommie thinks she's doing, but the way that Solange moves, she's gonna put woo on you. Okay, Tommie is going to turn into a Georgia prune by tomorrow morning. So let's not worry and let's not fret. For the girls that are so worried about this relationship, first of all, I don't think it's anything real. And secondly, I feel like he's just having fun. He's having his way. It's funny though how like all of a sudden, as of lately, he's like all over the media. Like, y'all notice that? Like, he's doing like press interviews. The whole thing happened with the whole gay club situation. And then now this, it is a little like random to me. Like, did he sign a new talent deal? Like, what's going on? As y'all see in this video, you see them land a peck, and then you hear directly after. By the way, whoever is recording this, you're like the biggest op ever. And Tommie, who the heck is around you recording something like this? Because they look like they were in close range and proximity, okay? What Beyonce said, I'm feeling so. I'm feeling so good.
They just kissed.
That sound like me. Okay. First of all, the age gap between them is over 20 years. He's 21. Tommie's up there. Okay. I feel like this is probably just for fun. I don't think it's nothing that's gonna go anything serious. Now, she did post like a meme talking about when he sees all of your personality types, but he still likes you. Hopefully Tommie and her brain doesn't think this will go anywhere, because he's damn near a child, if we're really going to be honest. Y'all know how I feel about some of these age gaps. Okay. By the way, there's like a whole show on Netflix. It's called like Age Attraction, where like they have people that look maybe younger, but then they reveal their age on the show. And you see the people that they're dating like reaction. I don't know if y'all have checked it out, but please check it out if y'all haven't, because that show is very interesting, because you get to kind of see how people change up when they find out how old you really, really are. Okay. Now, this was what she posted as a recent. It said, when he sees all my personalities and still said, yeah, that's the one. Okay. Tommie's trying to become a Knowles. She's trying to become a Knowles. And it's not going to happen anytime soon with the mother like Solange, because we all know Solange does not play. I don't see her hanging around the Carters or the Knowles, just due to the fact that we all know how Tommie gets. Okay. He's allowed to do what he wants at the end of the day, though, because he's grown. So he's just having fun with an auntie. But that's what I think it is. I think it's just fun. If it goes further, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna be gobsmacked. I think one of Julez is probably younger than Tommie's daughters, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because then one of Tommie's daughters just is in college or something like that. It gives Drea. It's getting weird. Okay. I don't know. I've never been a fan of the big age gaps. Okay. Anyway, y'all know I like older anyway. So that's besides the point. To be honest, we'll get some more developments on it. At this point, Beyonce is going to pull her hair out. All of her family is embarrassing her at this point. We got Tina Knowles with this gumbo is getting shut down, and now we have her nieces and nephews acting amok in the streets, dating cougars with issues. And then making appearances and not fulfilling the duties. Like it's becoming a lot. Beyonce at this point is going to disassociate herself from the family. Speaking of more of the Knowles, they decided to close down the gumbo. I haven't talked about this, but to me, I feel like this is a recession indicator. I don't think Tina Knowles needs the money, but the fact that she did this whole gumbo thing at the fair, why? My whole thing is why. It is one thing for her to have done it. She was there. And I know it creates a sense of like being personable, but we all know how people are weird. If y'all go on my page, Avenue Entertainment, there was many a post of people buying the gumbo, eating the gumbo, throwing it up, acting as if it's like one of the worst things ever, saying that it gave them stomach aches, all these things. So it's like, who knows if these people are actually being for real or they were just doing it for clout just because that's Beyonce mama and we want to embarrass Beyonce mama. Please, any entertainers that have tried the gumbo, please comment down below. Any of my Texan entertainers, I have a lot of Texan entertainers. Comment down below if y'all ever ate the gumbo, because I didn't get a chance to try it because I do not live in Texas. And I don't believe she ships it out. So please, for y'all that have tried the gumbo, let me know if this is true or not. Don't lie in the comments just to be funny, please. Now, they ended up shutting it down just due to allegedly like a health inspection that was done. The health department shut it down just due to some things not being done in order. They were saying that there were thawed seafood labels saying keep frozen, non-food grade containers that were used, and no temperature logs were found after a customer reported getting sick. First of all, this just gives me flashbacks to Domino's. Oh my God. I'm dropping that story time very soon, by the way. Baby, there's something called an OER. It's an operations inspections report. That's one of the worst days ever that you could get hit. As a general manager, get hit with that OER. Oh my God. They come up in there like a Tomb Raider, bitch. They just start going up in through there. They just start checking labels. They checking this. And they're like, mind you, they make you make food too. They say, oh, make me a cheesy bread. And then you got to make me a medium pizza pepperoni. And you got to make it. And they taste it. They make sure that it's made right. The length, all that stuff. Mind you, it's random. The only way you find out that they might be near you or that they're coming is if they hit another store that's next to you. So that way you know to kind of like hurry up and prepare. But once they hit one store, you know they're going to hit a whole bunch of other stores. So you have literally like a few weeks of stress because you know you're going to be next.
Off-site location. That's what's in these records that we obtained about the temporary shutdown of Mama Tina's Gumbo at the Houston Rodeo. According to the complaint, the customer ate gumbo in the afternoon and later reported vomiting, chills, nausea, and fever. She even said she was throwing.
By the way, one of the people that ate the gumbo, right? And they threw it up. They were like, throwing it all over the place. Tell me why they DM my blog. Because y'all, I don't be posted. I have people that post for me. Shout out to my team. I love you guys. They post for me. So not all the time I'm on the page, right? They had somebody that was on there was a guy. He threw up the gumbo. He said Tina Knowles had reached out to him. He gonna try to threaten me talking about, oh, delete the video. No, nigga, it's public information. Don't be trying it because you went on live and you stoned up the gumbo and that video went viral. Like, that's not my fault that it went viral and that you threw up her gumbo. This man right here, you guys, he ate the gumbo and didn't have the best reaction.
I don't care how good it is. Not for this little thing.
Yeah.
But it's good though. It's good. It's pretty good, Mama Tina. Yeah. Y'all, I just ate some of Mama Tina gumbo. And look. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Mama Tina. It's spoiled, but it feels horrible. Y'all see I'm sweating. I just threw up all that throw up.
That man was sweating like he just did an hour workout at UFED. And no, I'm not taking it down.
Throwing up blood. Health department records say inspectors learned the gumbo was cooled, put into buckets, then taken off-site to be frozen before coming back to the rodeo site to thaw for service without any documentation showing safe cooling and storage times. Inspectors also wrote they observed shrimp and crab labeled keep frozen that were no longer frozen.
Ooh.
Any of the food that wasn't frozen had to be discarded. The records say operators were cooperative and inspectors returned March 17th for a pre-opening check. The report says they swapped from a refrigerator trailer to a freezer trailer. Food was frozen solid, and gumbo would be made on site daily. Thawed seafood labeled keep frozen and gumbo that inspectors say was stored in a freezer at an unlicensed off-site location. That's what's in these records that we obtained about the temporary shutdown of Mama Tina's Gumbo at the Houston Rodeo. According to the complaint, the customer ate gumbo in the afternoon and later reported vomiting, chills, nausea, and fever. She even said she was throwing up blood.
Whoa.
Health department records say inspectors learned the gumbo was cooled, put into buckets, then taken off-site to be frozen.
Okay. Now, some other people, this is the part that bothers me, right? There was this woman who said that she had like a negative experience with Mama Tina at the gumbo spot, but it's like, how do we know she's not lying? How do we know she's telling the truth or not? This is why I feel like Mama Tina should not have been on site. I guess she was trying to be personable and have people kind of put a face to the brand in person, feel her energy. But the amount of level and clout that her daughter has, people will try to clout chase off of you. And this is a prime example of it.
Mom, don't let the Beyonce
It's awful experience. It was terrible. I haven't even tasted gumbo yet, but my feelings are so hurt. How Miss Tina did me is, oh my God.
He's a liar too, by the way. You know, you ever look at a bitch, you be like, you lying. You're just a lying ass bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like, she just got that face that she's a monster full of lies.
I was so embarrassed and so humiliated. I went and finished it out and finished my picture, getting my stuff, but I hate that I purchased from her. She treated me not in a good way. She treated me like I was nothing. I was so excited to meet this lady and thinking that, you know, I could just exchange some good energy with good hellos and stuff. It was terrible. I literally could break down and cry how awful that experience was.
She didn't even say hi.
She didn't even speak. She walked away.
She says that with no tears forming in her eyes.
From me several times without speaking or even putting a finger up to say, hold on, bitch, or anything. She treated me like I was beneath her or so far up under her. Like, it was disgusting. It was so disgusting and so embarrassing how she did me. The only reason I have this shit is because I was too embarrassed to even walk away out of the line. I was so excited about meeting a celebrity. I never met one before, or anybody that was really famous. And I was so excited. And it was like meeting the most evil, wicked witch of the West. And so humiliating.
Now, this is all allegedly, by the way. And once again, I don't believe her for nothing. So, you know, that's just how I feel. This is why, like, when it comes to doing restaurants and food stuff, I don't care what nobody said. That's one of the hardest industries to dominate and be excellent in. A lot of y'all that make fun of, like, the Pinky Coles and all of that, let y'all do it and be in their position. Y'all would break. Y'all would break. That shit is not easy. And I could talk about it because I was a GM of one. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy, y'all, of a franchise too. It's not. Like, it literally could make you have like a mental breakdown. The amount of, like, you literally have to be on point because you're giving people something that they're literally putting inside of their body. It don't matter if you're a celebrity, rich, or whatever. If you're not following protocol, if you're not doing it right, it could land you into some bull. And that's exactly what happened. I don't think she should have been on site. And I feel like the way that they are doing it now after the whole health check is how they should have been doing it in the beginning. Because anybody that knows, when you put food that says the frozen food, that's already a red flag off the jump. Because 9 times out of 10, those foods aren't the best for you to eat. So that's probably why that dude ended up having the chills afterwards. Now he did say, he posted on a separate video that Mama Tina did reach out to him and they did have a conversation. So I guess it was rectified. I don't know if she sent him some Pepto-Bismol. A cold glass of water, you know what I'm saying? Some serum mist, but it was rectified in some way from what he said. Now he didn't specify what, okay? And y'all stopped going over there harassing this lady too, because there was even a guy that was recording her at the gumbo stand. Like, it's just, that's the clout chaser shit. That's why if she wouldn't have been on site if I had anything to do with it. Yeah, I don't watch Beauty in Black, you guys, but there is one of the stars on there. And some of you guys have been telling me to watch it. I've been DMing me to watch the Beauty in Black series because you guys said it's a very interesting series. It's on the second season. I never watched the first one, but I do want to get into watching it. What's so crazy is, right, I was at this other gig the other day. This is what I know about Beauty in Black. Apparently, there's a lot of softcore corn in there because this one girl, you know what she says? Mind you, in a group in the midst of us, she goes, Beauty in Black, like we were talking about like all shows or whatever, right? And she was like, Beauty in Black, I have like no problem with like the gay community. Because like I have friends that are gay, you're gay, Pierre. Just I like you, and get all these things. But it's like when I'm watching it, and then the scenes come out, and they're having like hardcore intercourse, I just get so disgusted. Like I just have to skip through it. I'm just sitting there like, mind you, I don't watch the show. So I would have nothing to go off of. So that's why I'm like, whatever. Like I just paid it. But is that true, you guys? I've asked other people and they said that is true. They said it's a lot of soft core corn in there, right? And one of them includes Xavier, apparently. Now, apparently his character seduces men. And he recently was on live and had this to say about gays and them entering heaven.
I mean, to hell. Yes, God does love you, right? But he loves all his children, whether you're an atheist, whether you curse him, whether you live in sin, whether you drunk, smoke weed, whether you do whatever, he still loves you, right? But he'll send you to hell because when you die, there's only 2 places, right? And if you live in sin on this earth, he's so holy, he's so grand beyond our imagination. You can't kick it with him in heaven. Not because Mariah, Chavo got loose again. You got to time better. Not because he doesn't love you, but because he's so holy. He can't dwell with unholy people. And that goes for other sinners, scoffers, mockers, liars, all things that are an abomination. It's not just the LGBT. It's if you're drunk, like if you're an alcoholic, if you are a murderer, like these are all sin. He wouldn't send me to hell.
All right, so after this was done, it went viral. Every blog known to man posted this, which then he did what I always lose respect when the girls do this. Because if you're going to have an opinion on somebody's lifestyle, because I love that word, I low-key wouldn't even want this title, but that's besides the point. Lifestyle. At least stand on it. I respect somebody that stands on it. Don't say it and then take it back. Because you taking it back is not because you don't believe in it. It's because you don't want the ramifications that come behind you saying it to begin with. So he then put out this statement, which once again, like he's entitled to his opinion because a lot of people agree with what he says, right? The problem is, I feel like you're playing a character that is also promoting this lifestyle. So isn't that a sin in itself? Why would you play a character, even though it's a job? But in my opinion, you're still a part of the promotion of the lifestyle that's seducing men. So you can't say all these things and then in the show, apparently, you're over here seducing men, sleeping with men, etc. So how can you say those words out of your mind and you're playing a character like that, which young people are watching this show, young people are tuning into the show, and you're helping pushing that narrative and you're pushing it out there, but you're condemning as well. That don't work. That doesn't even make any sense. If it would be one thing if he wasn't a character like that on the show, then it would make more sense. But you're literally one of those type of characters. Now he put out this statement and said, after looking back at what I said on my Instagram live, I have taken the time to really listen through very different eyes and ears to understand why some people felt judged. By that he means my PR called me and told me, hey, you shouldn't say that. Beauty and Black season 2 just dropped. And guess what? We don't need any negative press, babes. You're one of the characters on the show. And the last thing we need is for people to boycott the show because of your beliefs. That's what he means. Okay? I understand how my approach may have lacked the love, humility, and awareness that I believe God calls us to have. Since the resurfacing of that clip, some very smart people who care greatly about me have helped me truly understand how hurtful my words were and the damage they could create. What he means by that is Tyler Perry personally gave him a call and say, "Fuck nigga, please, you better put out a statement or I know something else. I'm gonna end up killing your character." I don't know if his character dies on the show. Sorry, I don't watch the show. I do know that his character does seduce men. They shared their perspective with me and corrected me in love. They did not condemn me, but instead helped me gain greater insight and understanding. They also made me aware of some horrible things that have happened in the past, including the rates amongst gay teens, the story of people like Tylis Clementi, and the 9-year-old boy Jamal Miles. They helped me better understand that in some parts of this world, people are still bullied, harmed, and even unalive because they're gay. Hearing these stories helped me see more clearly why words carry so much weight. Allow me to be very clear about my heart and intentions. Nothing I shared was meant to condemn or harm anyone. Every human being deserves dignity, compassion, and more importantly, love. Everybody say love. I take accountability for the fact that the damage done by my words outweighs the intent behind them. I truly regret that my words caused pain in all this media frenzy. He didn't say that, but that's what he meant. And I pray that you're able to see my heart in the midst of all of this. My faith teaches me that God loves every single person deeply, and I want my life and my words to reflect that love. I appreciate my friends, especially those in the LGBTQ community, who cared enough about me to speak honestly and help me see things from their perspective. I'm still learning, and I will still continue to learn and grow. I'm sorry for any pain or hurt that my words cause. Please do not let anyone make you feel less than, including me. I will do better. Okay? This statement, although it felt very heartfelt, I felt like was only put out just due to the backlash. I feel like if nobody paid attention to it, he would not have put out a statement like this. Being on a show as big as Beauty and Black is, you can't just go around saying anything and everything that you want because you are low-key representing a programming backed up by a network, backed up by some more important people. So you just can't do stuff like that and think it's just gonna like fly. Okay. And all in all, though, I just feel like it was a little hypocritical on his end to even say something like that, just due to what he does in the show. That's like me going there here saying the same thing, and then I do gay corn on the side, like, but or better yet, I say I'm gay for pay on the side. I only do it for coin, but I don't really like it. I just do it for the money. Like, no, it doesn't. No. No, it doesn't work like that. And by the way, it's a really deeper issue that I feel like when it comes to certain programming, one reason why I'm not the most interested into tuning into it is because I kind of hate watching scripted shows to where they show like people of the LGBTQ group being overtly sexual. Like, why do the characters always have to be a freak hoe? Why can't we just be smart, intelligent, funny without being so stereotypical? We're either a freak 304 or a flamboyant punk. It's like one or the other. We never get an in between. And that bothers me because there's a lot of us that are in between, but we don't get represented. It's just flamboyant Valk or freako, mass freako at that, muscled freako. It's like always extreme ends, and it's annoying. And I kind of blame a little bit of Tyler for doing that. Do I think it's intentional? No, I just think the stories that he puts out, those are the characters that do fit in. But I just wish that we had a broader representation because I do think Tyler is and has the capabilities to showcase that. Now, I was going to make this a separate video, but that Married to Medicine reunion was worth it, baby. Let me tell y'all something. Married to Medicine is one of the best shows on Bravo TV, and I don't feel like it gets any more. It doesn't get enough credit because the way that these girls gave us a show last night was crazy, okay? Like, shout out to Married to Medicine. I wish they would have done, they do it like a Miami version because I love Married to Medicine, okay? So let's start off with this whole Toya versus Heavenly thing. By the way, why was Heavenly a friend when Heavenly was seen the whole season? Heavenly didn't even come out with the friends. She was on the stage when the reunion started. So y'all might as well have given, I hope they didn't dock her pay. Because if I was her, I'd go back and ask for more. Because what the fuck? Like, no, she was the main character. She, to me, had just as much scenes as some of the other main people. Toya really gets on my nerves. I don't know why. She irritates the living crap out of me. She reminds me of somebody, I ain't gonna tell you who. She reminds me of somebody so bad. Because the way that she demeans Eugene, like it oh my God, it makes me nervous. The way that she does that, okay? Her and Heavenly had a back and forth. Heavenly ended up opening up this reunion about her son, says that her son had a mental health breakdown. This is what makes Married to Medicine greater than I feel like a lot of reality shows that are on now, because they talk about subjects that other reality shows do not, such as mental health, which I think is extremely important because she says that her oldest son, she had to go and get him the mental help that he does need instead of letting him be incarcerated and him not doing anything with himself. So she said that that's what a lot of it ended up being the cause of, and that's why she didn't really want to speak on it on the show. And which, to me, a lot of the girls kind of lack sympathy for that because of Heavenly's mouth and the way that she is. But what bothers me is some of the cast act like Heavenly is too much, but without Heavenly, the show, to me, would not be movable. Let's really be honest. There's 3 people on that show. Without those 3, the show does not move, or the show does not exist. And that is Heavenly, Quad, and Toya. Pure point blank. Those 3, and maybe Simone too a little bit. Those 3 and 4, without those 3 and 4, the show is no more. So as much as they want to complain about Heavenly, and I know Heavenly is very, slick at the mouth, the show would not be a lot without her. Because she's the one that brings up certain conversations. She's the one that moves the storylines along, and that's it. Now, the whole situation between Jackie and Simone, what Jocelyn said, that bitch not your friend. That bitch not her friend, okay? Jackie is more friends with Heavenly than Simone, and that's okay. And Jackie, you just need to go and say that, okay? You be treating Heavenly like she's a DL nigga. Like, why are you scared to say, like, hey, that's my friend Simone, and we're closer than me and you are? That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Me and Heavenly are closer than me and you. Me and you are not friends like we used to be. You used to be very close, like a clam's asshole, but we're not anymore. Me and Heavenly are now, and that's it. That's it. There's no qualms about it, okay? The way that Simone looked at Jackie, it was just like, we're done, and we're never going back to what we was. That friendship's never gonna repair. That's the same look she had in her eye when she told Cecil she was divorcing him at that reunion. When she was like, I'm done. I'm sorry. Dr. Simone yelling will never not be funny. I don't care what nobody say. It will never not be funny. Okay? Her screaming like a bitch, she like that is pure comedy. Okay? Pure comedy. I love the fact that during this reunion, we got to hear Mimi defend herself and really have a voice. Because I do feel like, to me, Mimi is too nice. She is way too nice. The way that she lets the girls kind of stampede her and overtalk her and everything like that, I don't like that. And I wish she was more boisterous, but she showed us that at the reunion. So for that, I'm happy for her. I'm glad she stood up for herself, because that's something that I feel like we don't get to see enough, like on the actual show. Another thing that bothered me was Toya again, the over talking. Toya does not let people talk on reunions, especially on reunions. And the fact that she knows Mimi's like not the most boisterous person, she kind of takes advantage of that and over talks her and just keeps going, so that way Mimi could kind of give up. But Mimi's so smart that she knows how to kind of ignore her. Even at one point, Andy had to tell Toya, like, hey, be quiet, let her talk. You know that's the problem when Andy got to do that. Now, Andy's the funny one. He looks at Toya and said, so you have a home. Did you are you still in it? Did you move? Because Toya moves every season, but she has not moved yet. That's for next season, probably. Okay. Angel to me is a good addition for the show. I do think though that some of the girls are kind of jealous of her because she's a lot younger than them, let's be real. And she has a youthfulness that some of them lack. That's what I see from it. Okay. And that was pretty much it for that first part. I don't like the fact that they allowed Quad to not let King come to the reunion, because I feel like there's a lot more to that breakup of that relationship than we all know. And it's becoming a repeated storyline again, because a lot of the cast are still friends with King. You have Toya still friends with King. Simone is still friends with King. So I wouldn't put it past them next season. They're going to bring King around to events, and Quad's going to be like, y'all going to have to choose between her and me or King. That's what y'all going to have to do. Because the people said that, like, it's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole shtick again. It's going to be a repeated storyline. We're going to get it again. Another day, another Diddy lawsuit. And with this one, this is a new one. I never heard of this type of, I didn't even know this even existed. It's called Clomada. I don't even know how it's pronounced. They said, neighbors, this is disturbing. According to documents obtained by All Hip Hop, an escort by the name of Edmund is accusing Diddy and Cassie of him during what he believed was a routine booking at a LA hotel. He claims he was recruited for what seemed like a normal appearance, but he later realized the masked couple involved was allegedly the two stars. Imagine walking in and you see Diddy and Cassie with ski masks on. That's crazy. Lawrence says he was pressured to drink and take powdered donuts despite not living that lifestyle. After taking one shot, he claimed he felt woozy and believed his drink had been tampered with. He alleges that one encounter, he tried to keep protection in place, but claims it was deliberately tampered with without his consent. Lawrence says he felt trapped and unable to properly resist due to the condition he was in while the pair directed everything. Weeks later, Lawrence said he developed what he described as buttock warts and was diagnosed with condyloma. See, I never heard of that before. Najid. I thought that Neighborhood Talk had spelled chlamydia wrong or something like that. I have never heard of that before, ever. He says that his health declined after that, leading to ongoing physical and emotional issues. Now, I Googled what that was, and it basically is buttock warts. Basically, probably why some of y'all never have heard of it is because if you have gotten the HPV vaccine, you wouldn't have to worry about that. From what I researched and looked up. For my medical professionals, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct? Correct. Okay? I'm just putting y'all on game. So, you know, some of y'all don't get scared because I literally have never heard of that a day in my life. Okay? I feel like when it comes to a lot of these suits against him, I feel a lot of them ended up being true just because of what we saw with the trial and everything that went down with those hotel link-ups. It just is kind of like makes me side-eye the people coming out years later. But if they are coming out years later, they would have to have some sort of proof to even win a suit like this when it comes to the bookings, medical records. So it is something that could really be proven. Now, K Michelle and Cass went on the Sherry Shepherd show. And K Michelle to me isn't doing this right. I'm going to tell you why. K Michelle's gonna look like the enemy this season. I can already see it. You coming in, being who you are, and beefing with somebody else, anything close related to music, you're already gonna look like the hater because you're the bigger artist. So if you have an issue with somebody who is deemed less than musically than you and you're shading them, that's already not gonna look right on your end. Angela looked like Michael Jackson in that moment. Not gonna lie, Michael, you know when Michael does that face like this, okay? Like, I just don't feel like shading her in regards to music, it doesn't hit on nothing. I love K Michelle, by the way. I just think Drew is talented. I don't get the music shade on Drew's end. Drew's music is actually really good. K Michelle's music is amazing. I've been listening to K Michelle since I was like way younger. Okay, I know all the songs on Anybody Wanna Buy Heart. I'm talking about by heart, every single song on that album. Right? So I just feel like when it comes to shading, there's so many other things you could get Drew on besides the music. Because the music, I don't feel like nobody could read it. Now, Drew did reply back and basically says that she is going on a Live Nation tour and to tell all of her supporters to not give up. All right, so she says, to all my beginners out there, keep going. I'm finally living my dream and preparing for my first Live Nation tour. Tickets are live. Okay, see, this is how you respond. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below about this video. I'm gonna try to go live on Twitch. I already set it up, but it's no promises, no shade. Okay, because I gotta be up early than a mother tomorrow morning. So yeah, let me know what y'all think down below, and we're all babies.